Third person. Alright, boys and gals, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the realm. This is the CPD courthouse, and this actually wasn't used, but it probably should have been. So there's been a reason there was no video last week, or any streams for the last 2 weeks on this stuff. It's because we've been having a thief problem, and the server got shut down for 2 weeks because low-key, between Vigor videos and all the other shit I'm working on, I just didn't have time to figure out who the hell a thief was. But the brave, I was going to say men and women, but it's only men. The brave men of the CPD did a large-scale investigation and figured out who was behind the thievery. And Rat, this is where you step in. Would you like to explain what the CPD found?
Uh, Basically, um, they started making fire charge clocks. They tried to grief everything. They also took all of Genius's gold and its beacon. They then decided to go around the server burning everything, and stealing people's stuff, and then proceeded to try and blame it on everyone else.
Rip. Alright, boys, we're going to karaoke bar. Today's a day of celebration because we caught the thief. The damage the thief done, I mean, it's still going to be here for a while, but, we're moving forward.
So the reason we're building a karaoke bar is just so that way we can have some place to celebrate when we ever need celebrations. But the issue with building a karaoke bar is we need a place to put it. So we decided to put it north of the CPD headquarters because there's really no buildings up there. The reason there's no buildings, though, is because there's a giant mountain. So we now basically had to begin cutting down a giant mountain in order to even get started on this build. So, yeah. So basically, I took a quick break from cutting down the giant mountain and began to try to scope out what we want this building to look like. This was just a first draft, and the end building looked very much nothing like this, but it was a good idea to, just get our thoughts onto the world, see what we wanted to do. We know what we wanted. We wanted a cafe, and we wanted a bar. So those were the bare minimums of what we needed. How that would end up looking will change throughout the build. The first of those changes to the build was we wanted to make the room a little bit bigger. Our decision came from the fact that it kind of seemed a wee bit crowded with the original design, and there's really no downside to making the building bigger. I mean, all this is open space that we're going to have to excavate from the mountain anyway. And speaking of excavating the mountain, there was a whole lot of mountain to excavate. So we just sat and began to grind hard on completely cutting down this mountain. the bar. So I quickly just framed out where I wanted it to go, like height-wise, and we got to start building it. The build is still nowhere close to finished by this point, and we still have a whole lot of work to do. With the solid design for the front bar in place, we got to work on the kitchen, which was going to be a little back room for, whoever decided to be the bartender to store their drinks. It's kind of funny that the kitchen eventually became someone's house, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Should probably put like some flowers over here. Actually, boys. What are you the fuck are you doing? Look. If we expand this out, what is going on behind me? Right. Do you see what I'm saying though, genius? Not genius. Fuck!
This guy's trying to break freaking stone with his. Stop! Stop it! Go!
Swoops, what do you think about this?
Yes.
You expand the build by another 2 blocks in this direction, and then have it loop all the way around the
Very
thing.
nice. Very nice.
Next team actually framing out the building, and by this point we're getting pretty close to, having something semblance of a finished project. I mean, we're nowhere close to finished, but we're at least coming along pretty nicely by this point. There's still a lot more to do though. The next issue arrived with what did we want the exterior to look like. No one really had a good plan going in, so we just had to experiment a bit. And I'll give some credit that our experimentation was horrible. I mean, really horrible. But, that's part of experimenting.
Why do I feel like we're
Have
making
wood?
a prison?
Shit.
We'll work on it.
You have
We'll
no
work
reason.
on it.
Look, that looks less. Oh god,
It looks more
that
prison.
may make it look more like a prison. Shit.
The building coming together pretty nicely, we had another issue to deal with. The fact is that the roading of the Capitol is pretty, not updated. So we had to spend some time to get the road to go around this new building, as well as just, fell some more mountains. You're noticing a pattern about this build is that we had to cut down a lot of mountains, but that's all cool. This new road, our hope is, will encourage more people to build on the north side of the Capitol, which really currently people don't. And it will also make it so you can actually see the full exterior of the building at all times and really just see the profile. It makes it all look better, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you do go crazy after cutting down like 36 mountains. But while I was doing that, everyone else was working on cleaning up some of the other already existing parts of the build. And yeah. Like that, the build is finished for now. We plan to come back and eventually work on either a roof or a second story. We're not entirely sure yet, but we think it looks really nice for the now. In my opinion, it's one of the better looking buildings in the capital. It has a very nice finish and the roading is all done. I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys observe. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.